Hello guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant, and you know what, let's try that again. What's up everybody, I'm Shibuka. You know what, that was actually really bad, so let's not try that one again. Yeah, this is Dr. Kai, hello Space Cowboys. I don't know why I keep calling you that. I think I'm going to change my phrase, but anyway, this video is for explorers everywhere, and for the Distant Worlds guys especially, who over the next few weeks are going to be coming back from their very long trip with loads of scan data, and they want to know how to maximize their profits. So everybody I think knows that if you join the power of Li Yong Rui, I can never pronounce that, of the Sirius Corporation, he actually provides, when you get to rank 5, a bonus of 200%. That's total 300% returns on your scans, plus the 50 million you get for your weekly salary when you get to rank 5. So I'm sitting on about 100 million, and I'm trying to turn that now, as we speak, into 350 million. So yeah, I think it's worth it. So yeah, a lot of explorers really don't know anything about combat, and if they know anything about combat, they definitely don't know anything about power play, that's for sure. So yeah, let this video be a guide to you all about how to do it. And before we get off, I just want to say one thing, and that is it takes about 3 to 4 hours a day of solid work. If you've got a really rubbish ship, I'm doing this in my A-Spec Viper. If you do it in a really rubbish ship, it might take longer, and if you do it in a really amazing ship, it might be better. So I don't know, but basically you're looking in for like a long investment. It's not dangerous, as you can see. That was the police. They actually pulled me over, and nothing came of it. It was very easy to defeat like a Viper, so I don't think it's dangerous. Just don't make any mistakes and you'll be fine. So how do you do it? Well, the first thing is you need to go to the Galactic Powers. You need to click on that. Right now I've selected Li Yong or whatever his name, that guy, and this button here would say join power. For me it says leave power, because I've already joined, but that's how you do it. You can be anywhere to do that. And that's it. Now you're in danger of being pulled over by any one of a different power, so watch out. And then what you need to do is you need to head to a control system of an opposing faction, and then what you do is you find out who are the guys you're supposed to take out, and in general that's everyone who's aligned with that power. Can you see on the left there, under Ada, it says Edward Mahon, and it's an alliance bureaucrat. If I take him out, I get 30 merits. I need a total of 10,000 merits to get to rank 5, so if you work that out, you need to kill 334 people. So if you've got 1 week to do it before everything halves, and you have to start from halfway. You have to start on Thursday. So you just basically need to make sure you get that done as quickly as possible. So you head to our control system, you pull over agents, they're called, of an opposing power, and you just grind and grind and grind and grind. Get about 50 done a day, as I said, and you're done. I'm going to try and get a bit more than that, hopefully, because I want to get this done quickly. And now I will demonstrate a good kill, and then I'll show you. Right now we have 3,060 merits. When this guy is taken down, it's 30,090. So yeah, you then need to hand them in. So what you do is you go to the power play display, okay, and then you select Li Yong Rui. You go to control, and that highlights any system you can actually hand it into. I'm not actually going to do that till the end, because if I die, I'm not going to bother. It doesn't matter if I die, like, put it that way. If I die, it's all over anyway. So I'm not going to hand them in or show you, but basically you go to the contacts tab. You've got a new power contact in the contacts tab, and he will offer you the ability to hand in your merits, and then you have to hand them in by Thursday. I'd say Wednesday midnight. Yeah, if they're not handed in by Wednesday midnight, they disappear, and everything that you have halves once the server ticks about 7 AM UTC on Thursday morning. So yeah, you need to start Thursday morning and finish by Wednesday midnight the week after, and hand everything in. Once that server ticks, you get to rank 5, and you can go around to any Li Yong Rui control system. In fact, any exploited system, apparently, according to the guide, but just double check that. That's exploited. It says exploited, and this is a control. and if you hand the data in anywhere there, you get the bonus. Also, you get the Pack Hound missiles, which apparently are really awesome, and they're going to get some upgrades in the near or far future. So I'd stock up on them. You won't get them straight away. You have to be level 3. You have to be aligned with Li Yong Rui for 3 weeks. And then you have to be rank 3 at the end of the 3 weeks, and then you can buy them from any station for any ship. Not forever, until you leave him. So, yeah. What you want to do is you want to head over to the power play menu, and then you need to basically pick a power that you want to oppose. And yeah, this is where it gets complicated. So these two are independent, so if you want to grind them, you can, but let's just bear one thing in mind. You can't use the methods that I'm giving you in this video against them. It won't let, because Li Yong Rui is allied with them. So the only way you can get merits from them is by pulling over their ships and then basically pirating them, and then carrying that cargo over to a control system inside Li Yong Rui space. So that is really slow. You only get 5 merits per canister. So yeah, unless you feel like a really massive pirate grind to get your trade rank up, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, you want to basically pick one of the others, and if you pick one, it says right next to the face on the right, it says Empire for her. So you can work out who's who. And you will be losing reputation against these guys. Oh crap. Right, be right back. Okay, well, you can complain all you want about how I don't redo things, but that's just the way I am. I am going to now continue where I left off, and basically, yes, you're going to be losing reputation with whoever you oppose. I'm opposing the Alliance because I find them generally smaller, and it's less significant if I get in their bad books. But even still, I don't think I'm going to go much into the hostile territory. Could be. I was friendly, 75%. Now I'm neutral, 11%, and I'm only about a third of the way through, so we'll see. But yes, then what you do is you pick the person you're going to oppose, and it could be multiple people. Again, anytime you see an agent from one of the other groups, as long as it's not the last two that I went through before, if you kill them, you get merits. And so I'm going against Edmund Mahon, and in the power play menu, it says that what I need to do, actually, that's not how I show you. I'll show. You might as well pay attention to the mistake I just made. Basically, you go to the guy you're targeting, and then you go to a system that you want to like consider attacking. It has to be a control system with a solid circle, and then you go to this, and it tells you Lu. There you go. It tells you exactly what you need to do to undermine Mahon's bureaucracy by destroying alliance bureaucrats in this systems. Okay, bad grammar as usual. Before they can deliver their briefs, bring confirmation of discretion to contacts. So basically, that just means you hand in your merits. That last sentence. So yeah, that's it. And also, again, as I say, you can kill anyone. Like so, those alliance enforcers. Whenever I kill them, I get merits, even though they're not bureaucrats, as it were. So yeah, that's it. I'm just going to go through a couple more tips about how to do it quickly, because remember, it takes hours. As I said, absolutely hours. I spent probably 3.5 hours today just to get my quota of the day. So just be prepared for the grind. But just remember, once you've done it, if you're sitting on 100 million and you turn that to 350 million, that's a massive windfall. You can consider that worth it. Or if you're already rich, you can ignore this video, because you can just go and trade that in a cutter for in 10 minutes. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your combat ship and just let it be a ship that you're comfortable with. It can be any ship that you normally do PvP against, because the people you're coming across are the usual NPCs. And yeah, then what you do is I'd pick a good system like Lu, where the stations aren't too far away from the star, because you'll just be chasing people all over the place, and you'll just be it'll just really delay you. There are a couple of stations really far here, so actually that's why I'm probably going slower than I would. But there's quite a lot nearby, so you end up chasing people that you can catch, because they start slowing down. And in good systems with high spawn rates of enemy agents is to look at the population. So this one's got 15 billion, it's huge. And yeah, I have noticed that makes a massive difference. Another tip, which you can consider as important as you will, I don't know, is to try and work out where players are, because another factor that decides about the spawn rates of ships depends on how many players are entering the system, and how many power play players. Every time a player from an opposing power enters this system in any game mode, if they're in solo, whatever, then in every other game mode, so right now in my game mode, if someone entered it in their solo, in my solo, I would see an NPC that is an exact mirror of them, including their power. So if you really want high spawn rates, and to be honest, it doesn't make a huge difference because the NPC spawn rates are high enough as they are, then you want to try and calculate where people are. So you want to be watching, is the undermining going up, is the fortifying going up, and you can see that by going to a systems, this page here. So there's the fortifying 15, and there's the undermining 10.0650. 10.650, whatever. I can't read numbers. There's a lot I can't do, as you probably noticed. Anyway, so it watch that, and if it's going up, it means players are getting busy. And this one has been very busy because it's gone from 6% to 140% since the server ticked like 2 days ago. And another way to increase the spawns themselves, like you don't just have to wait. You can actually drop from Super Cruise. See, that's a guy from what's his name? Denton Patrius. So if you kill him, even though he's not actually part of Ed Mahan, you will still get those merits. So if you do what I just did and drop out of Super Cruise, wait for it to cool down, and then go back in, you refresh the instance in Super Cruise, and you can kind of force new ships to spawn, and hopefully they will be enemy agents. And yeah, they happen almost every instance. You get something that you can kill, whether it's what's it called, an enforcer or an agent or someone from another power. It's all good. So what I do is I park up here above the star. That way I won't get slowed down by any planets. And then I have bound the hotkey that lets me cycle between targets. And I just cycle them, and I scan them, and I cycle them, and I scan them until I find the right one. There's one, and he's just leaving a planet, so that's going to mean he's quite slow. So this is a guaranteed kill. He needs to be behind them to interdict. You can use any interdictor. I think I've got like an E or something, like an E grade class 1 interdictor, like the rubbishest of the rubbishest, but against NPCs it works. Pull them over, get your guns out straight away, target them, and unleash hell. If you're really lucky, you'll find a whole bunch of agents in a wing, and you'll be able to take them all out. But there is a trick involved, so let me show you. One little tip about interdicting is that, firstly, always interdict the leader, the biggest guy. I'll explain why in a minute. But if you do a quick calculation, their distance in light seconds should be about 10 times the number that is your speed in terms of C. Once you get once your speed goes above that, you're in reach. So that's how it works basically. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to start by attacking him, but then you want to switch. Oh, there must have been a mine. You want to switch to one of the other guys. I'll tell you why. Because they don't have the long cooldown of the interdiction, so they will try and leg it, and you will lose loads of kills if you don't get them straight away. And they're usually the weaker ones, especially if you took my advice and took out the bigger one. So get them out quickly before they run away, and then you should have the leader all to yourself, and you get all 3 kills. And that is yeah, you get 90 merits for that, and it feels very good. Okay, there's number 1. In case you didn't know, as I say, explorers don't know that much about combat in general. If you've got a big ship, you probably want to target his power plant because his hull's going to be quite strong. A T9 doesn't really count as a big ship, but I'm using him as an example because he's going to be flimsy and weak anyway. But if it's a Python or an Anaconda, target the power plant. That will basically either blow them up, or it will put them dead in the water and let you finish them off without any danger to yourself. You can target power plants even if, as you can see, the power plant is now at 0. And he's now dead in the water. Can do nothing. You can target power plants even if you have fixed weapons, because they do have a bit of gimbal in them. And yeah, so now he's basically just sitting duck, and I can blow him up. Oh, and he has a chance of just randomly blowing up as well, as proven here. You just want to make sure that you're extremely careful. That's the only advice I'll give. You don't want to make any mistakes. You don't want to leave silent running on. You don't want to forget about your shields and let them drop. You want to make sure that you have got another star targeted so you can jump to it. And you want to just, if the situation is too sticky, you run. Okay? I haven't had any trouble in my Vulture. But just make sure, again, you're in a ship that you're comfortable with. A ship that you've never really died in. I mean, like, how often do NPCs kill players? It's just doesn't happen. So, yeah. Okay, if you run into trouble, you want to make sure you've always got locked a system that you can jump to that's in a different system. And yeah, I've just used another shield cell bank, but it looks like this fight is not mine. So as you'll notice, if I try and hyperdrive, nothing really happens because I'm mass locked. But that is not true if I jump to a different star. So you need to basically always make sure you've got another star, a route plot to another star. And yeah, this is going to be very close. I survived. Because yeah, you can't get mass locks when you hyperspace. It's called high waking, in case you didn't know. So now I'm safe again. They won't follow me, and I can recover and recuperate and hang my tail between my legs. Bear in mind that you will be wanted and you will have a massive bounty on your head. So right now I've got a bounty of about 2 million combined because I started in a different system. And the police will be after you in every system, and people start coming looking for you, and you do not want to dock in a hostile station. Outposts are generally fine. It's very rare to have the police there, but even there, just be careful. Very often when you're on the way to stations, you get interdicted, so just make sure that you don't just wait until you're absolutely like broken to pieces before you go back, because you'll probably get in quite a few fights on the way. Looks like I've been fairly safe this time, but yeah, just bear that in mind. Just go back sort of every half an hour, just repair, restock. Just bear in mind that when you if you do get scanned, you need to get away from that station as soon as possible, because it will start firing on you. So if you see any other ships, like, just I'm telling you, don't be scared. I'm probably fear-mongering right now, but if you do see any other ships, make sure they're not the police, and if they are, just get out of there. Go silent running so they can't scan you. If it says scan initiated, just go silent running and just get out of there as quickly as you can. Don't care if you go to the 300% temperature, just get out. So yeah, this has been my guide video. As you can tell, I'm a little bit brain dead. It will do that to you. Just be prepared for soul destroying work. If you are pretty good at combat, if you've dealt with NPCs before, then you shouldn't run into any trouble. But if you aren't comfortable with combat, don't even attempt this, because it is a huge risk, but it's a high reward. So it's purely up to you. High risk, high reward, lots of money. Or if you're already rich, you can just do it by trading. So hope this video has been helpful. I'm Dr. Kai, and I've got a long way to go. So long, Space Cowboys.